me time to reflect on everything I had accomplished, because I'd never taken time to reflect on the kid I was to the man I am now. So honestly, the time I wasn't working out, it was the best time of my life, because I got a chance to really reflect back and be proud of who I became. I never took time to do that. I even though people don't understand it, I had to do what I had to do. And, you know, and I did it. Like, I didn't tell you how I got into ultra running. You know, there's a lot of things that, so I pushed it extremely hard. I went way beyond what I thought was capable. Like my first ultra race I did, I was heavier. I was in Iraq, you know, the Marcus Luttrell lone survivor. I was in Buds. I was never about it until this happened. So that happened, and I was like, man, I gotta find a way to raise money for these families. So I Googled I found a foundation, the Special Operations Warrior Foundation, and I Googled the 10 hardest races in the world. I knew nothing about ultra running. The first I'd ever run was 20 miles at one time. And so what came up was the Badwater 135. 135-mile run through Death Valley in the summertime.
But it's a fascinating journey, though, because you are that guy now.
Right.
I mean, you genuinely are a legit badass. Right. And at one point in time, you were a legit terrified person.
Yes.
So what was the process?
And my mind knew I wasn't fucking around anymore. There was no nothing. It was a bunch of people who didn't know who the fuck I was, and it was me against me. And I used all these different dark places to start bringing out light and just fucking going deeper and deeper. This guy said, going into combat, going into war, out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even fucking be there. 80 of them are just targets. 10 do most of, or 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1. That guy's lost this weight, and I went through 3 hell weeks. I went to Ranger School, went to Delta Force Selection, whatever it is. It was brutal. It's a brutal journey every fucking day. And if everybody goes, well, are you happy? If anybody knows my life story, and I'll try to give you just a snippet of it, where I'm at today is in front of Joe Rogan telling you my life. To get through where I became, to get through where I'm at now, there's nothing but pride I have for myself that I can't really show people. But my mom got courage to finally leave him when I was about 8 years old. And Brazil, Indiana is a small town. Great people, a lot of great people. And I say that because a lot of people get offended. And I'm going to get to the point why they get offended. There was about maybe 10 black families at about 10,000 people in the town. And in 1995, the KKK marched in the 4th of July parade. So this was not everybody was racist. I'm trying to create a better me. So hopefully people who are hearing this are taking it the right way, can say, I can run a mile. It ain't about running 205 fucking miles, doing 4th, being a city. It ain't about all that shit. Shit doesn't matter. I want you to see how fucking far you can go. And that's all it's about, yourself. And that's where it all comes from.
Well, listen, I guarantee you've already done that.
It was yoga, stretching, all that stuff combined, changed it.
Well, I just think it balances out your body in those static poses where you're just holding the pose, and it works you out in a weird way.
100%.
You just don't get lifting weights or hitting the bag or anything else. You're just not going to get that kind of working out.
I can't agree with you more.
And it's so difficult. That's what's
hard.
crazy.
You sweat your ass off.
You're in there with a bunch of housewives and shit, and you're like, this is like the silent struggle.
If you and your wife are good, if you and your kids are good, if you're good at work, you're motivated. So that's when you move from motivation to driven to obsessed. And I want people to realize once you get to this portion over here, the driven, obsessed part, you're unstoppable.